to call you Mr. Tipton at this point?
Dr. Tipton.
Doctor.
On my way up to that next level. I'm just playing. Nah, you can just call me Trey, man. Call me Trey.
Trey, what's kept you involved in the sport? I mean, like, you've done so much, you're evolving so much off the field, you got other interests,
Right.
What keeps you don't have to be out here in 88-degree heat with 80% humidity playing football.
Well, let's be realistic, you know what I mean? The one sport that's like death is football. And what I mean by that is when the day you pick up that football, you have a death certificate on when you can stop playing that game. Y'all all at some point in time, some of y'all may have played sports, man. Y'all can go back and play basketball with your friends or go play pickup softball, or whatever it may be. But football is the one sport, once you put it down, it's over. So as long as I'm able and these legs keep running, I'm trying to play. I want to be able to play. I want to be able to exercise. I want to be able to go out here with the guys. And I just love the game. The game is been my best friend. It's allowed me to play this long, so I'm going to continue to play.
Trey, I see you walking off there with Jaden Bradley, a true freshman. What kind of stuff are you able to tell him as a true freshman, as a seventh-year guy?
Oh, man. Just trying to keep him from beating himself, you know what I mean? As a freshman, it's hard to realize that you've been playing the game for so long, you know what I mean? But you're trying to impress everybody, not realizing that you've been playing the game for so long. The only thing that's different between high school and middle school and elementary school is the knowledge base continues to grow. So as a freshman, you got to continue to grow. You got to continue to build your knowledge, and I'm just trying to give him the knowledge so he doesn't have to worry going into Game 6 or doesn't have to worry in going into Game 1. Because as much as he's prepared, we're all prepared. We can't have no weak links in our room. I'm making sure that we don't have any by giving him as much knowledge that I personally have and give it back to him.
See, what's that like with, I see all the wide receivers walk to practice together.
Yeah.
Did you start that?
Nah, that's Coach Marion, man. He's a different guy. He's a different breed of coach, man. He brings the juice. He allows us to be ourselves, allows us to express ourselves and be a team. And the receiver group is so close, and the team overall is just so close now. You know what I mean? So we have the same goals and aspirations we've had in the past, but I think this year is definitely our year.
What's been different about Coach Marion this year than like all your time at Pitt?
Oh man, like I said before, he brings the juice. You see him out there, he feels like he's still playing the game by coaching the game. You know what I mean? And that allows you to be right there next to him and want to play with him and want to be a guy that plays for him. You know what I mean? So I'm just thankful that I have an opportunity to play for him and be able to still play with these guys.
You've been such a fixture here for so long, Trey. What happens? What's going to happen to you next year? What's your plans for the future when, like you said, maybe the certificate runs out?
Oh man, I'm just gonna say to be determined. I don't even have any idea yet. I'm just enjoying the ride right now and just enjoying being on the team.
Well, since you're a doctor, okay, and is your doctorate, what's it in? Is it in football? Is it in PR? Is it in life? Is it in what?
I don't got my doctorate yet. I'm working on my master's degree currently in social work. I have big aspirations in helping people with mental health. And if you know me, you've been around me, that's been one of my bigger things. And athletes don't really get an opportunity to speak up about it. You know what I mean? We really don't get the opportunity to speak up about our situations. And if we do, we get looked at as differently. Everybody claims that we're superheroes, but we're just normal people just like you. The only thing different is our profession is a little bit different from your profession. So to give athletes that opportunity to speak up and say that I'm not okay, I want to be the person that does that. If I could be, I'd be the Michael Jordan of mental health. That was my biggest goal. That'd be the goal.
Have you tried to promote that among this team here, and how have you tried to do that? So?
Oh, for sure. I mean, a lot of the guys know they can come to me and talk to me about anything at any given moment. But that's the biggest thing is I want to make sure that I'm the ear. Anytime they have anything going on or they want to talk about it, it's completely confidential. But they give me the opportunity just to listen. And if I can just do that, I'm more than thankful.
Do a lot of guys take you up on that offer?
Yeah, more than you would think.
Do you sense that the narrative, though, is shifting, that it is becoming a little more acceptable, or do you see what like Naomi's gone through, what Simone Biles has gone through, and say the crap that they get, and still think people are not ready to maybe really talk about this?
And that's the thing, man. We've all been taught from such a young age that speaking up about how you feel is not the way to go. You know what I mean? Especially as young men and young women. Young women are also looked at a lot differently than young men are in terms of how they feel. So the opportunity just to speak up and say that you're not okay, there's still people out there that look down on them. And there's still people out there who say negative things about people who speak up about what they're going through. But then when you have people with such high names and such high value, it gives other kids that are watching us really feel comfortable opening up about how they feel. And that's the ultimate goal. The goal is not to reach out to the adults, the people who already have their ways of thinking, but it's to give the kids an opportunity to say, like, if I'm not okay, I can say something. Because if we're being honest, this era is a different era compared to any other era ever. We have social media. These kids have social media since the day they've literally been born. They have opportunities to be able to just look and see what people think about themselves. So therefore, mental health becomes a bigger issue. So things aren't the same anymore. You can't look at them the same anymore because we're not the same anymore. So the more these kids feel comfortable to say, like, okay, I'm going through something, the better opportunity they have to be successful in the future. And if you're not thinking that way, then you got to take a look in the mirror on like how can you be better to make sure that these kids are better. You know what I'm saying?
You have a reputation of helping people when
Right.
you're dying. Who helps you when you're dying? Who do you turn to?
Man, I pray a lot. My boy JP over there, I talk to him a lot, man. We just having teammates and having a strong tribe is one of my bigger things that I talk about. You know what I mean? I've built my tribe over time to understand when I'm going through something. There's going to be times where I'm not always okay. But my tribe understands when Trey's not okay, this is the things that we must do. And how does that happen? I coach my tribe. And how do you coach your tribe? You tell them when you're going through something. You let them know when you're going through something. You talk to them when you're not feeling well. You say like, bro, can we go do something? Or can we go interact some different type of way? That's how you help people grow to understand you. And my tribe is strong, man. I got a good core couple friends outside of here, good core friend here, a couple core friends here. So it just gives me an opportunity to be myself and I don't feel myself.
When did you first realize, speaking out is going to be more beneficial than bottling it all in and give that the kids the opportunity to see that this is good, you should geek out about it?
Honestly, if any of you guys know my story, and some of you do, is my freshman year when I went through such a tragic and serious situation, I realized holding everything in wasn't helping me, and you know what I mean? I always use the same theory. It's called the glass cup theory that I created way back when I was a freshman. If you take a glass cup, right, and you fill it up with water over and over and over again, what begins to happen? It overflows, right? Think about it with yourself. When you're constantly taking in all these negative things and you're not talking about it, you begin overflowing and doing things that you don't even understand. You start asking yourself questions like, why did I just do that? Or why am I feeling this way? Or why am I interacting this way? You're overflowing. And then the scary part is with that glass cup is if you begin to overflow and it tips over and breaks, then what? Anybody knows when glass breaks, it's hard to put it back together. There's shards, there's bits and pieces all over the place. So in order for me to keep my cup half empty, but also half full, I had to share my experiences. I had to share what I was going through. My mom, before she passed away, she said, my biggest gift is my ability to speak and to care towards other people. I'm taking full advantage of that. But I gotta express how I feel when I'm going through something. So I'll be a hypocrite if I tell people, oh, go talk to somebody, but I don't talk to anybody.
Trey, do you feel like that sort of culture you're talking about, talking to freshman year, is that something that you can make a legacy here of yours at Pitt? I mean, your time here is going to end, but is that something that you think you can, what you've done to speak out can last here at Pitt beyond your time here?
Well, that's the hope and goals, you know what I mean? Again, you want to teach your tribe as much as you can. And either my young guys or my tribe, you know what I mean? And as a tribe leader, you must do everything that you possibly can in order for your young guys to know what we're doing to take the right steps to win a championship, or the right steps to be great within yourself. And I want to make sure when I leave here and I leave my legacy, I give the young guys an opportunity to say, like, if I'm not okay, they can say that they're not okay and not looked at differently for saying that they're not okay. You know what I mean? To really build that brotherhood and allow people to really give themselves to other people. That's the ultimate goal for myself, and to continue just to be a great teammate.
If you thought more about your next step and whether when you go wherever you go to help people, would you want to be a person who's more in the ears of players and people that are going through these type of situations, or maybe someone more who's out there in the front lines of those conversations saying, no, I talk to these guys, and being a guy on like a sports network, relaying those messages?
Want me to be honest with you?
Go ahead.
I want to be a superhero. So whatever that entails, if that means me being on front lines, I'm going to be on front lines. If I got to be behind the scenes, I'll be behind the scenes. Okay. But however it's going to come, I'm going to be a superhero. I'm going to change lives, and I'm going to make a difference. And I highly believe anybody who's ever been around me knows that. And that's my goal in life. I only want to make a difference, and any other thing, if it comes along, it comes along.
You dedicate your season to your mom?
For sure, 100,000%. Every day I go out here is me playing for my mom. You know what I mean? She loved more than anything to come to my games. You know what I mean? But in that transition process of realizing that you're now a man, and you have to rely on yourself and rely on the things that you're creating, the moves that you're creating, I can't let her down. I know she's watching me every chance that she gets. So every move that I make, everything that I do, how I move, how I do anything, I know I can't make mom mad. I can't make mom feel like she's uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And that's how my thought process is now, because before she couldn't see everything I was doing. Now she sees everything. So I gotta make sure I'm doing the right thing.
Trey, with you and John, Kenny, this group of seniors, the group of guys that were there last year,
right.
How are you guys approaching this as a club?
I mean, it's even the young guys in it as well, because we all believe that we can go out there and win a championship. We're more together than we've ever been, we're stronger than we've ever been, but we're also together. Key word, together. You know what I mean? And we love each other. And that is one of the biggest, most brightest things that I've seen from this team overall. As for the seniors, everybody feels the same way. It's the last go-around, so how do you want to be remembered? Nobody remembers the 5-17. Nobody remembers the 7-6 or the 8-5. The only way that you're going to be remembered is about how you leave your legacy. And we want to leave a true legacy here, about winning a championship and making people understand that we're no longer a team that you can just come in and feel like, oh, they're just a tough team. No, you better be prepared.